Maybe it's 2 p.m. and you just realized that you forgot your child's dentist appointment again. The laundry's been sitting in your washer for 2 days. Stinky. You have 3 different birthday parties to go to this weekend, but you can't remember which gift goes to which party. And somewhere in the back of your mind, you are supposed to remember something important, but you just can't. If this sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. Today, we are going to talk about one of the most overwhelming yet invisible challenges autistic mothers face: executive functioning difficulties. And we're going to get into how we can actually get at least some of the support that we need instead of just drowning in our mental load. Executive functioning is like our brain's CEO. It manages planning, organization, time management, task initiation, and working memory, of which I have none. As autistic people, our CEO often works differently, and motherhood can completely overwhelm these systems. Here's what this actually looks like for us. We might spend 20 minutes staring at a messy playroom, not because we're lazy, but because we can't figure out where to start. We know it needs to be clean, but breaking down the task into smaller parts seems impossible. Or we'll start making lunch, and then we'll notice that the dishwasher needs to be unloaded. So we'll start doing that, and then we'll see a permission slip that needs to be signed. So we'll start looking for a pen. And suddenly an hour has passed and lunch hasn't been made. This isn't poor time management. It is executive dysfunction. The cruel irony: motherhood requires constant executive functioning. We are simultaneously tracking multiple children's needs, managing household tasks, remembering appointments, making countless daily decisions, and switching between tasks every few minutes. If the kids are there, every few seconds. Many of us describe feeling like we're drowning in our own minds. We see other moms who seem to effortlessly juggle everything, and they're happy and calm, and it just makes us feel like we're failing. But we are not failing. We are trying to run intensive management software on hardware that processes differently. What makes this particularly painful is how invisible this is. When people see us struggling with executive function, they often see someone who appears scatterbrained or disorganized, or like they just can't handle small, normal things. They don't see someone whose brain is working incredibly hard but lacks the right support systems. We often develop intense anxiety around forgetting things. I know that when I make an appointment for something, I obsess over it until I am actually at the appointment. We might be triple checking backpacks, we set dozens of phone alarms, or we avoid making plans altogether. I do this all the time because we just don't want to let people down. We carry enormous guilt about missed appointments, forgotten events, or that sinking feeling that we get when we realize we've forgotten something important for our kid. And here's what's heartbreaking. Many of us are incredibly capable, creative, and intelligent, but executive dysfunction makes us feel like we are constantly failing at the most basic parts of motherhood. So how do we get the support we need? In all honesty, I rarely feel like I have all the support that I need, but I have found a few things that help, and I'm going to share them with you. Number 1, externalize our executive function. Instead of expecting our brain to remember everything, we need to create external systems. This means visual schedules, shared family calendars, and phone reminders for everything, not just for the little things. My personal favorite in terms of calendars is the bullet journal. I can put everything inside of a bullet journal. And if you're interested, please let me know and I can make a video on the bullet journal. Number 2, ask for body doubling for overwhelming tasks. Sometimes we just need someone present while we tackle a big organization project. They don't actually have to do anything, just having their presence in our environment helps us to stay motivated and stay on task. My mom comes to help me once a week with the kids, and when she's there, I always feel like I can get more done. Number 3, break everything into micro steps. Instead of clean the kitchen, you can write down load the dishwasher, clear the counters, put away items. What seems obvious to others might just need to be spelled out for us just to keep us on track. Number 4, create consistent routines and systems. The more that tasks become automatic habits, the less executive function they require. So we can establish morning routines, meal prep systems, or designated spots for important items. I know that I have a key dish. The keys go in the key dish. Morning routine, make the coffee, feed the kids, make the lunches. I always get distracted during making the lunches. Lunches are my nemesis, but it's a goal. Number 5, ask others to take on the invisible planning tasks. For example, my husband does the planning for vacations. Not that we're always taking fancy vacations, but once a year we try and leave the house and go somewhere, and he is in charge of doing all the planning with that. You can ask a spouse, a family member, a friend to research birthday party venues, compare pediatricians, coordinate carpools. These planning heavy tasks can be absolutely exhausting for us autistic moms, but they're often easier for neurotypical people. If you are getting value from this video, please consider subscribing. Getting support for our executive functioning isn't about having everything done for us. It's about helping our brains work more efficiently. Every autistic mom deserves to thrive. Look, I'm going to level with you. Most days I do not feel like I'm thriving. Most days I feel like I'm just surviving, and that just has to be good enough. But what I do have, even on the bad days, is curiosity, stubbornness, and apparently a willingness to try things and share about them on the internet. I'm not making these videos from a place of having things all figured out. I'm making them from the trenches as someone who's actively trying to build a life that works with my autistic brain instead of against it. I'm doing the research, testing the strategies, and yes, probably failing at half of them. But here's what I do believe. Our struggles don't disqualify us from helping each other. Sometimes the person who's still figuring it out is exactly who you need to hear from, because they remember what it's like to feel overwhelmed and alone. So I'm going to keep sharing what I learn as I learn it, the tools that help, the strategies that flop, the small wins that make the hard days worth it. Because if my experiments can make your life a little bit easier, just a little less stressful, then we're both winning. Thank you for being here, for being a part of this community, and for reminding me that we don't have to have it all figured out to help each other. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. The construction at my house, you guys. Is he sneezing in my, he's sneezing in my video. I can't believe this. Go home.